This episode brought to you by Nescafe. If you don't like coffee, it covers up the smell of cocaine.
Hey everybody, we're watching Beverly Hills Cop and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And we are bringing a classic to you.
Yes, it is.
I think most of the
I think it was a good call. I don't think I ever would have thought of this movie to throw it in there.
I'd been thinking about it for a long time, but I don't know. I try to space out when we do comedies and stuff like that. And I know we did a couple things kind of recently, and I was just like, just fuck it. Let's do it. Like,
Fuck it.
Fuck it. So, yeah, Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Some things I didn't even realize about this movie as far as its success, and we'll go into that as we go along.
Right.
But we might as well just get started
Let's
right
do
now
it.
and press play.
Play now. Yeah, perfect.
We're watching the oldest copy of this
Yes,
movie.
this looks like we're watching it on some reel on like a sheet.
It's like legit VHS.
You know, like holy Lord. Good old 1984, baby.
Right off the bat, this is one of my favorite 80s soundtracks.
Yes.
Going, like, not just the score, but the actual physical soundtrack as well. And it's a Simpson Bruckheimer movie before Don Simpson coked himself out.
Yeah, and then he left old Bruckheimer to do his thing there on his own.
Oh, don't let him loose.
That's
how
go.
Michael Bay becomes the thing.
Is this one of Eddie Murphy's first movie, like his own starring movie?
This was the first thing he did that opened #1, and it was the first of 7 in a row.
Woo!
That opened #1.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That's probably why years later he could still ask for like $8 million, and it was like for like Pluto Nash.
Oh God,
like,
yeah.
Oh, we'll definitely pay it. Well, it'll be worth it.
Oh, it was everybody. It was like this was actually a big gamble for a lot of reasons. Reason number one: Martin Brest, who directed this movie, he had directed, I don't even remember what it was, but he thought he was like basically dead in the water.
Right.
And he, they didn't believe, like Simpson and Bruckheimer didn't believe that, and they were calling him all the time to do this. And he was turning him down. I don't know if you think you're in like director jail. I don't know why you would turn down a job.
Right.
But he just apparently kept turning it down.
So
he
Michael
directed
Jacksons?
What's
Oh
that?
my God.
Yeah, I
like
know.
2 Michael Jacksons walking down the road there.
There's not enough Michael Jacksons in this era.
This kid like squirting juice out of his face.
I think
waste
it's
it,
just
kid.
straight up milk. He's eating like
Dear
drinking
God,
milk
it
in the
looks- it
hot
looks bad.
sun.
It looked like Alienation milk.
Oh, but yeah, Martin Brest directed Midnight Run, Son of a Woman, Meet Joe Black, and then he directed Geely, and then he never directed a thing again.
Oh wow, Geely was the one, eh?
Yeah.
Is this Detroit?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he played a doctor in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he was this was the thing. He was originally the director of War Games, but he got fired. And that's what he thought. He thought, oh, I'm dead now. Like, my career's already over before it began type thing. Some of his footage is used in that movie. He was also the first choice to direct Rain Man, but he quit that one.
Really?
Yeah, so he's had some good ones under his belt.
Yes,
or some
he
good
has.
opportunities under his belt.
I think there's already been like 15 F words.
Yeah.
The guy said one sentence.
Hey, fuck guy over here. Fuck. The other thing too, like, let's think about like how young Eddie Murphy was and how successful he was.
Wasn't he
so
19
fast.
on SNL?
Yeah, like he was the youngest guy, as far as I know, ever to be on SNL, and dominated it immediately and became a movie star immediately. Like, it was just
Boom. Didn't take long for him, eh? I read a thing a couple years ago that said he was the most overpaid actor in all of Hollywood.
Yes.
Because it was like after a certain point, every movie was a total flop and they were paying him $8 million for like every one.
Yeah, well, it's because everybody knew he has the magic. It just wasn't happening, and it was bad projects, and it was just a billion bad things happening in the background, but they believed enough in him.
Right.
right? Because like he does that, then comes up with some bad stuff, then does the Nutty Professor,
Right.
And then you're like, well, shit, this could
I
be.
love the interview of him and Jay Leno, and Jay Leno keeps saying like Eddie Murphy's back, and he's like, I never went anywhere. And
I
it's
know.
like, yeah, you totally did. Like come on now, right?
Yeah,
Like,
don't be. Yeah. But I don't know. He's one of those guys. Like when he was on SNL, I remember he was like he made his return to SNL for that anniversary special,
Right.
And he came out like he was accepting an award.
Yeah.
It was just like, and he refused to do all the sketches and stuff like that. They asked him to play Bill Cosby in the one sketch, and he refused.
That's
And
ridiculous.
They asked him
Because he's like too good.
yeah. Then they asked him to do maybe one of his classic characters, like Buckwheat or something like that, in like Celebrity Jeopardy or something like that, and he refused to do all that. I'm like, you see how many other people like jump on the chance to do all this shit, and
That's
people.
because he feels like he's too big for it.
Yeah.
like
Like-
what, the one season, what was he on? Half a season, one season.
Yeah. Well, I would argue that nobody became as big a star at one time as he did.
Right.
But like there are people who are bigger stars than him currently who are still just getting there and having fun and doing whatever. Like
Right.
fucking Will Ferrell was all over that thing.
Of course he was. He's like their star player. But yeah, you could see like I love that anniversary special where Christopher Walken stands and be like, people, they say I just read the monitor and stand there, and it's like,
I liked the what was it? They had a virtual reality thing where you were in the audience of that during the Jerry Seinfeld Larry David
right.
thing, and he's like, hey, remember when we used to do Seinfeld? Yeah, that was great. And they were just going back and forth, but you're standing like three
It's like you're
seats
right
over
there.
You're standing like 3 seats over from Larry David, and like Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones are like sitting next to you,
Nice.
and you just like, all I could do was just look around the crowd. I'm like, holy shit, there's Paul Simon, and there's this person, and there's this person.
What, you put on like a VR helmet and you're there?
Yeah, they put a VR like
Whoa.
camera right in the middle of the crowd,
Right.
and then so you could see it, which was awesome. I wish I knew where to find it again. Like I've got the helmet,
Right.
But I wish I knew where to find the thing again, because the what did they have? They had another one where you could watch the Celebrity Jeopardy sketch, like you were from the audience, so you could see all the behind the scenes stuff. It was amazing.
Look at
Like,
this is an actual. They don't make them like this anymore, baby.
No, they don't.
Look at this guy, real stunt guy flying around. That's
Yeah.
all real Detroit garbage people. They didn't even have to add that.
No, they were given a very
Oh, sweet.
short amount of time to solve all this, like to like
Right.
get all these things shot. Like this had to be shot in like 3 days or something like that, and
Nice.
it was basically all their stunt stuff, because they weren't like going to close off the roads for weeks at a time
Right.
for them, right?
For Beverly Hills Cop, they still allowed
Yeah.
them, right? They still
Yeah.
got some.
Well, what was interesting is they were supposed to be police escorted everywhere, but Martin Brest wanted to shoot in places that even the cops said there's like, it's way too dangerous for you to go down here. We're not coming.
Really?
So the cops wouldn't go, so they just went by themselves
Really?
and just shot the movie.
Oh, they're
So,
playing.
whatever.
Nobody's gonna kill Eddie Murphy for God's. He's playing a god,
Yeah,
right?
probably.
Fuck, man. In Detroit, he's playing a damn god. This is totally, dude. I have. Oh my lord.
That was fucking nasty.
Boom. That's pretty. So you know this is a Bruckheimer, eh? Boom. I like a good. Like we haven't seen a good action comedy in a while. What was like the last one? Like 22 Jump Street kind of thing? Like
Yeah, maybe the other guys.
yeah, the other guys like Jump Street.
Yeah, but that's kind of the. I like those ones because the action even itself was tongue in cheek.
Right.
Like they were like, they kind of called attention to it and stuff like that. But
Oh shit! There's a lot of smokes. You're gonna have to smoke every one of these if I catch you smoking.
not that it was an action comedy, but the house had some actiony stuff in it.
Oh, the
was, like-
house, right?
yeah, but there was, like,
some,
it was,
that's
like, a
some
scene.
comedic mayhem.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a great way of putting it. Actually,
I have actually on a boat been to Detroit multiple times, and it is as fucking terrifying as you think it would be.
scariest.
I had people tell me like me and my buddy were just walking down the street there, and they were like, "What are you doing here?" They're on their porch. They're like, "What in God's name are you doing in this neighborhood?" You're like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I remember a friend of mine said he was on 8 Mile one time. He was going to a Detroit Lions game, but they were like just driving all over the place and like exploring. And they were on 8 Mile, and he's like, a guy made eye contact with me, and it was all I needed to know that I should not be here.
Right.
He looked at me and he was like, it's like the guy It's like the dude from Get Out. Like you
Yeah.
can see in his eyes,
There
you
it is.
cannot be here.
Get the fuck out of here right now. Oh my God, there he is. He's going to fuck you over, actually. Fucks everybody over.
Super young Paul Reiser.
Probably got a face hugger in his office desk drawer.
Known best for like Mad About You. He was in Diner, Aliens, My Two Dads, Bye Bye Love, One Night at McCool's, Whiplash, Stranger Things, The Spy Who Dumped Me, The Kaminsky Method, and they're doing a Mad About You. I think said they were doing a reunion thing, and I was afraid it was going to be another like TV like season of TV,
Right.
but they're doing like a TV movie. I'm
no
like, that's
way.
how you do it. Give them a little dip, just like, hey,
Right.
remember this that you
Right,
liked
just
it?
a little separate kind of movie, right?
Yep. This actually is not at all dissimilar from RoboCop.
I was
Like,
literally
as far
thinking
as-
exactly the same. I was like, RoboCop's going to be one stall over taking a robo dump.
Yes.
Hey, shut up out there.
Trying to poop my baby food.
Do you think that it was on purpose? Where's Todd?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at him. He is pissed.
Yeah.
This is their best role to play in any movie.
Yeah, so this is Gilbert G. Hill. He was a Detroit detective. These are the only movies he's ever done, are the Beverly Hills Cop movies.
These are the only movies he's ever done.
Yeah.
I wonder how they found the guy. Like,
I have no idea. I'm guessing he was just in Detroit. I feel like they may have hired him as like a consultant of some kind,
Right.
like being like for like Detroit cops and stuff. And then he was just so badass. They're like, no, you're in this movie. I don't have any proof for that. I just feel like that's true.
I get chewed out like this all the time. You got to be like Axwell Foley here, man. You got to friggin' just
Axwell?
You just got to go with it, bro.
Are you fucking Surge?
Serge Tankian from System of a Down. I did play him once on a tour. He wouldn't show up.
Jesus. Anyways.
Holy Lord, the swears. This was clearly rated R back in the day.
This was rated R. This actually, with it, just to tease its success, it was for 19 years. It was the highest grossing rated R movie in domestically.
Nice. And then Deadpool came out.
No, it was beaten by The Matrix Reloaded.
Right?
It was one of the Matrix sequels. I'm
Right.
pretty sure it was Reloaded. I have it down there somewhere. I'll figure it out.
That's the jam.
I'm not going there.
Did
Yeah.
they make this specifically for the...
Yes, this song is actually called Axel F. And It's Harold Faltmeyer who does all the music for this. He also did music for Fletch, Top Gun, The Running Man, and Tango and Cash.
Nice.
And you can see Tango and Cash. Basically, it sounds exactly like this song.
I think it does
like,
too.
the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that's a good one.
Yeah, but he is like the man. But yeah, this is one of the most famous like individual themes.
I think it's definitely up there with like Star Wars and
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, and I wonder if this is the one. They're like, what song you? They ask an artist, which song you wish you wrote, and John Williams is like the Axel F. Like it haunts me.
It would be amazing to have him do like a 60-piece orchestra thing of this. Like just get the strings in there.
Sobbing, halfway through, just uncontrollable sobbing because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like seeing angels do it. Oh fuck!
No, you don't want to watch
This is
Angels
shitty cop apartment.
Yeah.
This is his girlfriend's house. This is how he always enters. She's like, gets my pussy when you kick the door and it comes blazing.
I want to be in danger.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is
Stick the gun in my face.
this was the first movie to ever open in 2,000 theaters,
Oh,
and now movies like
there's a trillion.
half-ass movies open in like 3,200.
Yeah. Half-ass, like literally.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this guy in like every movie ever.
He is in a lot of stuff, actually. His name is Jamie Russo. He was in China Girl, We're No Angels, A Kiss Before Dying, Donnie Brasco, The Postman, Django Unchained. He's got 20 projects currently in production,
Wow.
and he's been he has 182 total credits.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
He is a working actor.
This guy's getting the biz done, man.
He's in like 2 episodes of every single serial, like all the procedurals, you know.
right. Yes.
You know how everybody's in an episode of like Law and Order
Yeah,
or whatever.
oh my
He's
God,
in 2
yes.
of everything.
2.
Hasn't aged
He
that
looks
terribly
like
either.
the Canadian dude from Cats and Dog. Like he played Kwai Chang Cain's son in like The Legend Continues.
Yeah, I know
What's his
exactly who
name?
you're talking about. Peter Kane.
Yeah,
It's
like
the
look at
Kwai-
I love the shirt on him too, like classic.
Oh,
like,
Everything about this movie is just loud and
like holy fucking.
The clothes are
So what, is
almost
he
as
like
loud
20
as Eddie.
years old here? He looks like a grown man.
I would
for
say
God's
he's
sakes.
probably like 22.
Looks like he's 50. He hasn't aged.
No.
See him right now? He looks exactly the same.
He looks really good. I'm really looking forward. Actually, we want to talk about
Coming to America Part 2.
I thought I was going to surprise you with that. I'm so bummed out.
Yeah.
I saw that and I didn't know about it, and I'm like, this is going to blow Todd's fucking ass off. But yeah, it's everybody knows what he's from and stuff, so we're not going to get into all that. But he's got part 4 of this in the works.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Part 3 was no good. I would like it if we watched 2. 2's a good one.
I would like to watch 2 again, yeah, but part 3 was just a whole thing, and that was what's his face too, fucking the guy who ruins fucking every movie. I can't remember.
The guy that ruins every movie.
I've just no. I was gonna say
Christopher
Shane Black.
Nolan?
No.
No.
That would be that would blow my ass off if it was fucking second time I've said that.
I know, right?
Sorry about that.
This guy's getting ready to get his ass blown off.
They also have this still in pre-production, but I don't know if it's even a thing yet. Is that Triplets? That's supposed to be the sequel to Twins with Schwarzenegger, DeVito. He's the triplet.
Oh, is that still a thing?
Well, it's still in IMDb, but I don't know that anything's come
and
of it.
He's the third.
Yeah. And then
you better get to Arnold before he's dead.
Yeah, and then he's got Dolomite Is My Name, which we've talked about before.
That's right.
And that's got a huge cast in it. And then Coming to America instead of TO, it's the number 2.
Whoa!
And it's basically the exact same cast. It's like Arsenio Hall and James Earl Jones.
50 characters. I hope they do the same thing.
Oh, I'm
a
certain of
bunch of. What happens? He's gonna come back for his next wife. He had to chop his first wife's head off.
Finds out he has a son. And he comes back to meet his son, who's the heir
played by Donald Glover.
That wouldn't be bad, actually.
That's what I'll bet you. That's who it'll be. Donald Glover.
No, it's gonna be one of
JTT.
It's gonna be one of those like annoying shithead like.
It should be like a white kid or somebody completely not like even close to what would be his like Fluffy.
I bet you $100 that whoever they get, one of their credits is Wild 'N Out.
Nick Cannon. Oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah,
He's fighting a businessman in a hallway.
This was good because I remember like this is like a comedy, and all of a sudden it gets rough fast. Like you're just like I remember watching this scene like as a kid and being like, "Whoa!"
They owe this guy some money.
This
just lost $100. Hey, there's Buddy.
This is the craziest aging of a person in the world. I know a lot of time has passed, but that's Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. You have to super age his face, lose all the hair, make a little bit of gray like Yoda fuzz going around his hair.
Yoda fuzz.
Nose is a little bit bigger, a little bit more distorted. His voice is crazy raspy now, and he is... I would say he's 10 times more intimidating now than he is then.
Absolutely.
I found him intimidating then.
It's called the Ray Liotta factor. Like, my God. Yeah. Oh, there's Buddy from Total Recall.
Yes.
The guy that gets stabbed by the little person.
Yeah.
See that?
He is.
Fucking keeping it political today, boys. Politically correct. Pussy cunt. There.
Stabbed by the fucking middle American little person.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Caucasian.
Yeah.
Woman of the night.
There you go.
Little person.
So this movie was actually originally Michael Eisner's idea.
Oh my God.
For real, right?
Where was Axel Foley?
He got knocked out.
Oh.
That was the first thing the guys came up and knocked him out.
This one did get real quick.
Yeah, like
this is Detroit for you people.
Like I've never seen... Like usually when you see movies, you'll see like they get hit and it's like crazy over the top special effects. So you're like, that's silly. Or you don't see it and it's implied. Like you see the gun and then it just fires and then but you don't see actually anybody get hit.
Just like
but this one was just like you saw hair move. Like
I think they actually just filmed a real murder.
Probably.
Like,
which is weird.
Just put it in so they had the guy wear the same clothes, right? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, no doubt. But
maybe they really killed the guy for realism.
Perhaps.
This is Detroit. There are no rules.
Yeah. So anyways, Michael Eisner, who was the head of Paramount at the time, became the head of Disney later on. This story idea was his idea. He got pulled over, he was driving this like shitty station wagon and he got pulled over in Beverly Hills and he was charged for driving a shitty station wagon, essentially.
What?
Like, it was called, like, condescension or something like that. And I think it was, like, something about, like, environmental laws or something like that. It was
Right.
like, you know, it's like your engine quality is, like, spouting out garbage into our air. And, like, I don't know the exact
Right. You're
things.
just saying it's not a Maserati
Yeah.
or like a rich. You're not rich. This isn't
Yeah.
you're getting a ticket for being poor.
Yeah.
In Beverly Hills.
So then he realized that it was just like that's when he realized that the whole town was just driven by like materialism. So he went and got a Benz the next day, and because like he was just actually trying to be like he was the head of Paramount and driving this shitty
Really?
car, and so he decided. So
it's
he
probably the
switched
same
it.
car from. Did they do Vacation? What if it was the Vacation Station
I
wagon?
don't
The
know
cop
if it
didn't
was
even know it.
Yeah,
I
maybe
bet the cop would be cool if it was a fucking DeLorean.
not at this point, because I think this is when it was like just a failed company.
Oh, it's like, yeah. It's like a Yugo. Yeah, why didn't they kill Axel Foley?
I don't know, no interest. It's
Yeah,
not-
that's what he just said. That he's like, don't even look into this. He's like, they got nothing. I guess they didn't know he was a cop or anything.
Yeah, you just don't. Yeah, not they killing the guy they came to kill. They're good businessmen, I guess.
Oh, this is the same. Here it is, Beverly Hillbillies. Is this the same road as all of them? Like,
Oh,
it looks like it. Or
no,
do all the roads look
all
like
the
this in
roads.
Beverly Hills?
I would argue that a lot of the main roads look
Right.
like this, right?
I was going to say before, do you think there was a coincidence that Foley,
Yeah.
Matt Foley,
Yes.
Axel Foley, both of them SNL cast members? What was his name? What was Chris Farley's name in the skit?
Matt Foley.
Matt Foley. That's
Yeah,
right.
you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Do you think he named that character that after?
I doubt it.
I agree with you. I doubt it as well, but I thought maybe that, you never know. Matt
Let's-
Foley, Axel
I-
Foley, like.
Let's just nail it down as an Easter egg right now.
Right.
It is 100% what happened.
I like that.
Yeah. Daniel Petrie Jr. wrote the final.
She's like, oh my god, a
Version-
black guy.
This
Hey,
actually was
hey,
speaking of
black guy.
vacation. This is essentially vacation right now. Eh?
Yeah, hey there. He's like, don't you look at that black guy in that car.
I could hear the racism coming off of that guy. He was just like and
yeah.
So anyways, yeah, Daniel Petrie Jr. wrote like the final draft of this movie. He wrote this was the first movie he wrote, but he did the Big Easy, Turner and Hooch, Toy Soldiers, which he also directed. In the Army Now, which he also directed.
In the Army Now.
Yeah.
With wow,
We
that's what we should be
saw-
watching right now, man. Oh
Okay,
my
shut this
God.
bad boy up.
Is
He was also the executive producer on the Schwarzenegger movie The Sixth Day.
that like Mario Lopez? Look at that guy.
No, that was racist.
He was what was he on the 6th day?
He was the executive producer.
Oh.
And then there's Dana Lobach, who
Yeah.
wrote the first. No, that's not her. Not her. Dana Lobach wrote the first draft of the movie, and so he's credited with like story by. And he wrote April Fool's Day, the horror movie.
Nice.
Like the original
Yeah,
one.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think I recognize this girl.
I do too, but I don't know. Like, I feel like she was on Love Boat, but I feel like it's just because how she's dressed.
Or like Fantasy Island or something. Like
I think it's just the Mater D stuff. Not the Mater D. The what's the word I'm looking for?
the Rolling Stones are gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, son of a bitch! Why can't I think of any of the words? When you go see the guy
It's
at
like
the
having your
desk.
ass blown off.
Yeah.
The guy at the desk. What desk? Let's play this game.
No.
Come on, speak.
At the hotel, you go to the desk and
Concierge,
like that's
front
the
desk.
one. There it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, there's Larry Hagman. No, what's that guy's name? Dude, I just saw him in something. What was I watching?
He's in a bunch of
Yeah, it
things,
could've
but
been anything.
he's. I can't. I had his name up, but he was so like vague and everything that I was just like, forget it. Oh, that was that N word again. We got that thrown out.
Oh, well, what do you know?
What is
They
this, a
just
Kyle
happened
Kashuv
to-
tweet?
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck that is, yeah.
Is that kid who didn't get into Harvard? We talked about that
Oh, right. Yes, that guy.
a while back. There we go.
Oh, he's pulling his crazy Axel Foley shit.
$235 a night. That room, whatever it is, would be like $1,000 a night.
Yes,
now
it
like
abso-friggin-lutely.
like $230 a night would be the craziest thing on the
I
planet.
can't even believe the price of some hotel rooms, and all you do is sit in it.
Yeah.
It's just a room. Oh my God, there's Michael Jackson again.
Well, there's a lot of argument over why he laughs during this bit.
2 Michael Jacksons.
Yeah, I know. My argument was
because he wore both of them, one of them in each of his comedy specials, essentially.
Well, that was that was not my reason. My thinking was the Michael Jackson thing. That's like right out of his videos, and he just did the Michael Jackson thing.
Right.
But yeah, he did write that, but he didn't do Delirious yet.
Until
he had
after.
only done well, which one was first?
I think it was Raw.
Yeah, so he had only done the one. He hadn't done the other one yet, so it's not like it was an homage to both.
Right.
Right? So I don't...
There's just a lot of Michael Jackson. There's a leather shop right around the corner, clearly, because we already saw 2 Michael Jacksons earlier. It's probably the same 2 guys.
Nothing grosses me
walking
out.
around.
This is Pee Wee Herman in chains.
White people in chains. White people's heads on plates. Oh,
Tim
yeah.
Burton
This looks like his kind of store.
Tim Burton directed this set.
The fuck is this? Art?
Yes. The thing that blows me away is how many people wear like long sleeves in California and stuff like that.
Because they're used to it.
I know, but it's just like I see that guy wearing all leather, and all I can think is how fucking
how disgusting that must be when he comes off. Oh my god, his junk must be like hot jungle, like just mist.
And it's funny because I walk around and it's like always like just like I'm wearing shorts and all that, and everybody's like, "How can you do that?" And I'm like, "Because it was like 2 degrees where I just was."
Wait, I was just at a barbecue and it was like yesterday. It was like the hottest day ever.
Yeah.
And the moment the sun goes and everybody's like, I'm freezing, and they're putting on sweaters, and I'm like, I have been waiting for this moment all day.
Yeah, I now feel good.
Like, I'm like, what? Like, but they were like older ladies.
Yeah.
You know, I like them older.
So that guy who just ran in, him and Bronson Pinchot were supposed to share this scene, but they heard Bronson talk for like a second, and they're like, "No, it's all you. You get out."
So he just came in and did this as like a character choice, right?
Yeah, I'm really bummed out for him because he reminds me a lot of Paul Rubens in that like character-y kind of way. Right?
I think he's great. Is he still alive?
He still does actually a lot of work. Like he has a lot of credits, but they're very small and vague. Right?
When we do our movie, he'll be the bad guy.
But he's in a movie that came out in 2013 called Kung Fu and Titties.
Kung Fu and Titties. Those are like 2 of my favorite things.
I know, right? But he was Risky Business was his first acting credit. He was in The Flamingo Kid, Perfect Strangers, obviously.
Oh, I remember him in Risky Business, yeah.
Yeah, Courage Under Fire. He was with Curtis Booger Armstrong. It was fucking made.
Curtis Booger wow.
Of those 3 guys, Curtis Booger Armstrong, Bronson Pinchot, and Tom Cruise, I don't know how Tom's the one who made it.
I have no idea. L. Ron Hubbard, that's why.
No, that's true.
They didn't jump on board. They probably had a chance.
Yeah. Bronson was also in True Romance, and he did a lot of voice stuff in the 90s and 2000s. He was in Eek the Cat a lot as additional voices.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he was doing fine.
You want to do some blow? Look at her. She looks like one of these like 80s party girls.
She does. She looks like slutty Bonnie Bedelia.
Slutty Bonnie Bedelia. That's perfect. I like to tease it. My hair looks just like that right now.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's, I mean.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why you won't let me touch it, right?
Damn right. Fucking with my Jerry curls.
Sorry. I heard that phone ring. I was like, is that our phone?
You might wipe some of the drip off of them.
Yeah.
Remember that? Why isn't that come back?
Oh, it's coming.
Why isn't Jerry curls come back?
I don't know.
He does not have Jerry curls. I just was like,
Yeah, I don't even have hair, bitch. So this is Lisa Eilbacher.
You, yeah. I mean,
I don't care about him. Who gives a shit about these guys?
I know, right? Exactly.
But speaking of which, this is Lisa Eilbacher. She was in An Officer and a Gentleman. She's actually a bodybuilder, and she had to play like she was in An Officer and a Gentleman. She was like the soldier who like couldn't do the obstacle course, and she's like the hardest part about that movie was pretending she wasn't in good enough shape to do the obstacle course. She was also in Leviathan, Live Wire. She was actually born in Saudi Arabia.
It's Leviathan I'm recognizing her from.
Yeah, there you go. But she was born in Saudi Arabia. Her dad's like an oil tycoon.
Right.
So they were there for that, I'm guessing. And she also auditioned to play Princess Leia.
Oh.
She didn't get it, just so you know.
Oh, she didn't?
No.
Oh, there's Brooke Shields. Oh, he's got all the tricks of the trade. This is the 80s, man. They won't fall for this now. You can only pull these tricks off one time, and then the next time, it ain't going to work.
That's why
you can't go to the well one too many times. This one.
You have to be a board-certified florist to make these sorts of...
Exactly.
My question is, like, I don't like the jump of him not having the flowers anymore. Like, at the very least, have a shot where he, like, tosses the flowers aside or something like that.
This guy...
he is still a very working actor. I did not realize that. His name's Steven Berkoff. He apparently hated this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Just like his character or just the movie in general?
Just the movie in general. He was in Octopussy. He He's in Rambo: First Blood Part 2, Fair Game, The Borgias with Jeremy Irons, Vikings. He's in this weird thing right now called Shakespeare's Heroes and Villains. It's like a one-man show where he plays just a bunch of different Shakespeare characters. But he's still has tons of stuff going on.
Are you sure he's not in Rambo 3?
No, according to
Rambo 2, I thought he was the Russian colonel dude at the end of 3.
I don't know
He plays an Asian guy. He does yellow face.
He is according to IMDb, it said Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Oh, maybe he is.
Now I'll look
because
it up.
I think there is some American, or no, I think there's some.
Well, the Americans come and get him at one point.
Yeah, but I thought he was maybe I'm thinking the big dude.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Mr. Foley. I like him. He's sort of got this he's a businessman, but also looks like he studies kung fu or something. Like he's got like his lounge fu on.
Lounge fu,
right? He's got this.
I like that these are the toughs. Like I feel like
their,
maybe that like the guy who looks like Larry Bird is the only one I don't think I could take in a fight.
What are you tired of? The two dudes with the mustaches look like this guy doesn't even give a fuck. He's thinking about previous murders he's done. Way worse.
Those guys are in love with each other. So if I hurt one of them, they'll both
like
back off.
Dude right there at the back. The guy he looks pretty tough. Oh, here we go. Boom! Classic scene.
Classic.
Right at the window. How many places have I been tossed out like this? Wow. Baby gap. That's about it.
Yeah, it's just the baby gap. They really didn't want me there.
I thought that car got much closer to his face originally.
Yeah. The other thing I found too, like I don't always add like the movies we've never heard of type things into their filmographies when I do it. But like half the movies he's been in the last 10 years, he starred in. The guy who plays Victor there.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of nuts.
Oh, he's doing pretty good, man. That's the kind of career I'd want to have, man.
He's in JCVD's Legionnaire. That was like the first JCVD like straight to video one, right?
Start of an era, let me tell you. Straight to video.
Yeah, he played Podovsky in Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So
you know what? I think I can I can see them sweating in that sweaty scene where they're like,
Oh, that wasn't me. So.
Oh yeah, it was the movie.
Yeah, the movie did a thing that
the charge is because you're black, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
that is the charge.
That's actually almost what a weird time that this specific movie was in. That like racism wasn't even the thing you'd bring up. Like snobbery is the thing you'd bring up.
Yes, exactly, right? Because they knew it was already racist, so that's fine. Right?
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm knocking everything over. I just kicked my water bottle over.
This is kick the fucking whole thing off.
You're gonna stop.
That does look like a pretty nice police car.
Yeah, it does look clean. It's a large.
These are like real car crashes. Come on, let's get to some action here, Maxwell Foley. Let's get this
funny.
Jerry Bruckheimer budget rocking.
80s cars and 80s CG both look the same, all like squared and edgy.
Yes, it shit looks like a friggin' like a car in Minecraft. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, is this where he meets his two buds, or is that the next one? Does he meet?
Yeah, no, he meets him in this one.
I can't remember seeing Judd Reinhold's name in the credits or not.
He is. So this movie, for people who don't know, was originally meant to star Sylvester Stallone.
What?
As Axel Cobretti.
Oh my God.
And he didn't like the comedy aspects of it. He didn't think he'd be a good comedian, but of course then he changed his mind in time for Stopping My Mom Will Shoot.
Of course, thank God.
And then like that worked out great.
There they are.
So he left the project and took a lot of the story points from it
for
and
Cobra.
Then made Cobra.
Yep.
And then Cobra is also based on a book. And then he tried to force his name on as author of the book.
Stallone.
Yes.
What?
I think we've talked about this before.
I don't know. I don't remember that. That's what? That's a good piece of trivia right there.
And he was, he basically was like, when they did like a re-release of the book that was like coming out with the movie, like at the same time in this movie, they wanted him on as like the main writer of the book.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a...
I'm sure that must have been nice. Well, why? What is the point of this? You get more money out of the thing because I wrote it?
Probably.
Even though... You didn't?
Yeah, I know. So this is John Ashton, Taggart, and Judge Reinhold as Rosewood. Taggart was in, or John Ashton was in She's Having a Baby, Curly Sue, Little Big League, Instinct, Gone Baby Gone. But he's perfect.
Oh my God, there's Ronny Cox.
Ronny Cox rears his ugly head into another movie about a Detroit cop.
I know, like what the hell?
And
he's pissing off Axel Foley. He's pissing off RoboCop.
And a couple in a row for us.
Arnold.
Yeah, because we had Deep Blue Sea not that long ago.
Oh yeah, he played one of those sharks.
Yeah. Well, no, he
the
had
second last one to die.
Remember, he was the exec with no lines. Just sat
that's
there.
right. That was so fucked.
Yeah.
This guy looks like he doesn't go outside ever.
No.
Do they know he's a cop yet?
He has said he's a cop, but they're just saying. Oh, so he just called him Detective
Yeah.
Foley, so he knows. Ronny Cox, more recent stuff that he's been in, because, I mean, we've talked about him before. You know, he's been in several of the movies we've done. But most recently, he's done, like, True Detective, Nashville. One thing I saw, though, he played a captain in Star Trek The Next Generation. And other than Patrick Stewart and Jonathan Frakes, he's the only person on that show to ever give a captain's log.
Oh.
So that's a thing that's, you know.
Got some good ones on this one, bro.
Mm-hmm. I do hard work.
Oh yeah, that's where they team up with you. They're gonna learn to love this Axel Foley. I think by the end, he owes him a shot in the gut. Hopefully, he gives him one at some point. He definitely owes him a fucking Spartan kick right to the old.
That would be the best. He just sees a giant like LA sinkhole and he just kicks him down it.
LA sink. That whole thing is a fucking sinkhole.
Hello, that's
Inspector Todd.
Yeah,
I use that one all the time.
My name's Inspector Todd. I'm here to inspector.
Yeah,
get away from my daughter.
Oh yes, he is. You're an outstanding young detective that looks like he's 47.
The shirt he's wearing is Mumford High. I think it's Mumford High. It's a school in Detroit that somebody from the crew actually went to.
Oh, cool. Where? Oh yeah, he's in Beverly Hills.
Yes,
Inspector Todd.
Whoa! Back it up.
Whoa, what?
You were just going to ask, where is he? And then you're like, oh, he's in Beverly Hills. Yeah, he's in Beverly Hills.
No, but
in Beverly
wearing
Hills
a
Cop.
Detroit shirt.
He's in Moscow.
Yeah, I gotcha.
We're fighting.
It's a tough one.
I can't really say much because I couldn't even fucking speak at the beginning of this.
Oh,
You'll hear
Lord.
in our...
I think he had a stroke.
You'll hear at the end of the season.
Yes.
Just the entire outtakes reel is just going to be me trying to speak at the beginning of this.
Oh, I think he fucking dissed him. He's like,
I thought
punch was lame ass.
I misremembered that because for some reason I always thought he said faggot there.
Ooh.
To like mispronounce his name as
right.
Because his name's Taggart. But Judge Reinhold.
Awesome. I love Judge Reinhold.
Really good 80s career too, man. He was in Stripes. He was in Fast Times. He was in this. He was in Gremlins. He's obviously in part 2 and 3 as well of this. He was in...
Franchise player.
Yeah, speaking of franchise, he was in the Santa Claus movies. He's like the stepdad.
Oh my God, great films.
He was picked up. He picked up as the dad in the Beethoven series, taking over for Charles Grodin.
That's like the only time anybody watches like the Santa Claus movies is like in the glut of like holiday movies, and it's like Tuesday, you've got nothing going on, and it's like you're like, I guess I'll watch the Santa Claus 1 through 9.
Yeah, exactly right. What else?
Like while passing out because I'm having like tryptophan attack.
Yeah, Judge Reinhold also played himself in Arrested Development, famously.
Oh, that's right.
Where he did Mock Trial with Jay Reinhold.
Mock Trial with Judge Reinhold.
And then
what a sweet show that was.
Well, it was just called Judge Reinhold at first, and then he just like, and then he finally put together that his name is Judge and he was a judge, so they changed the name to Mock Trial with Jay Reinhold. And then he reprised his role in a Beverly Hills Cop TV movie that I believe was the pilot. That was about Axel Foley's son moving to LA or moving to Beverly Hills to become a cop there. And like Rosewood was now like the chief of police.
Right. That's awesome. That sounds like that went absolutely nowhere quick.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like it's
done.
I feel like it's the guy from the actual black guy from what's it called?
Not the fake black guy?
No,
in
Tropic Thunder.
Oh,
Tropic Thunder.
Okay, well then yes, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yes. the guy guy was selling booty sweat.
Oh, here he goes. He's on the trail now, I think, or no, or no, he's just dropping her off.
He's just showing off his room, and he's gonna sling that dick at her. Oh, remember that? Yeah,
Toilets.
Remember that?
Oh, you gotta. Do they charge you if you steal those? I've been in hotel rooms a couple times, and I'm like, should I take this thing?
Yeah,
Or
they
is
will
your deposit
charge.
Gone.
Well, it depends on. Usually, they don't see that stuff until after you've checked out and you've got your deposit back. But they have your credit card on file and they just charge it.
The charge of the towel. Those bastards.
Same as they would charge, they would charge any damages or whatever, right? So
right. Oh.
See, that's the difference. Like if
something awful.
Yeah, because if you put your credit card on file, then they've got your credit card and they can use it for that stuff. But if you put a deposit down, then like that's its own thing, right? You get it.
I don't know what the fuck just happened to my thumb.
I don't know. Stop fucking with your thumb. Watch the movie.
It's like,
it's like the 5th time I've watched you mess with your hands.
I know. It's like it's hurt all of a sudden. It's like I fell over on it or something. I'm just sitting here. It's just a movie, man.
Yeah, this movie makes my hand
flying
hurt.
around with Axel Foley at the beginning.
I get it, but like, be in the moment.
I watch VR movies.
Look at those shoulder pads on that girl, man. Yeah, it's making my penis soft.
Soft.
Yeah.
He's hard at all times.
Yes.
When impressed, you soften his dong.
Yeah. So I was saying earlier that this is the highest grossing rated R film. It was The Matrix Reloaded that beat it.
I can't believe The
19
Matrix
years.
Reloaded was rated R.
Well, remember what rated R is in the States.
Right.
It's not a huge.
Yeah,
it wasn't
like
rated
fuck
R
all.
in Canada. It was rated R in the States.
Right.
It was like 14 plus here.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say 14A.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It was 14A then. I think it's just 14 plus now. We're 14.
Fucked up.
But anyways, if you took inflation and all that into account, it would still be the number 3 highest grossing.
Still to this day.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Behind The Exorcist and The Godfather.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always thought like rated R movies made more money than that. Maybe that's why we don't see any of them anymore.
Rated R movie. No, there's still a lot of. Again, if you go, you got to go by U.S. standards. There's tons of rated R movies. Most movies
are rated R because this a real? Does this work? Oh my God! There's Damon Wayans.
This is Damon Wayans' first ever movie. Yeah. This must have been a really like big thing for him too, when you've got somebody like Eddie Murphy like blowing up and stuff like that. What his hair is something else. I'm assuming he was like shaved head back then still, and he like put out because like that is next level weird.
I need it. Yeah, it could be poison though.
So I would have
this. I always wonder, does this work?
I actually had a good but dated reference for this that I wanted to make the sponsor of this. I was gonna say this is brought to you by Banana in the Tailpipe. Happy Pride, everyone! But it's
wait a minute, what the fuck?
Well, because this is not July as we're currently recording.
We
so
celebrate
it's no longer
Pride whenever
month.
we want to. What are they gonna tell us? We're wrong? What are we wrong for celebrating
only
Pride in the wrong month?
I only like black people and women in February, and I only like gay people in July, and the rest of the time is for me.
That's right. I agree. You know what? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's white cis male 10 months.
That's not too much to ask. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
So I'm going to that
get you
straight
riled
pride.
Up there.
Actually, I want to go
straight parade.
No, there's that somebody was like putting together the straight pride
Boston
parade.
Or something,
what
right?
I wanted to do, it's got to be Boston. I wanted to get together all the like leather daddies, just all the toughest of the gay guys, and bring them all and go, yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, yeah. What do you do here, bud?
You got those like
and then you'll
super
shock
muscle.
them and be like, you know what? I walked in the gay pride parade and I'm straight.
Yeah.
Boo. So they'll even give a shit, but they should. It'll be like in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Only it'll be like a bunch of terrified straight people when like the big ripped like you know like I'm saying leather daddy show, and they're not really mean. They're really actually the nicest guys ever. But when they growl and grimace at you, you're like, oh shit, like
they're posing like
we've done it.
But instead of tiki torches, it's sparklers.
You know, I heard, the other guys in the streets, and it'll be like, somebody's going to have to go over there and suck their dicks, or they're just going to come over here and kill us. Oh, dude, but you know how many straight, I'm doing finger quotes.
Yeah.
How many straight people will be like, you know what? Got to bite the bullet on this one. I'll go, guys. No, I'll go. No, I'll go.
Yeah. And then the one guy's like, no, you don't want to bite down. That's the secret.
Yeah.
And then Mike Pence has already got 4 of them in his mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. For our God and country.
By the way, no, just put it out there. Mike Pence is the gayest person. He has sucked a penis in his life.
Guaranteed.
Mike Pence.
Well, who hasn't?
Penis.
I had to get into that club once. It was the only payment.
I didn't even have to get into it, but I was just like, well,
just driving by.
I just wanted to like get good karma for if I ever wanted to later. Right. But then I did want to get into that club. Turned out the guy quit.
That's like in a video game.
Yeah.
Like like in Zelda, where all you do is just grind. Like all I did was like make things, find everything, and then when you ran into somebody that was like, "Hey, do you happen to have this?" I already have it.
Yes.
So they're like, "You would have to get into here, you have had to have sucked a dick." You're like, already covered.
Yep.
Right.
I have it in my inventory.
Boom. Oh shit! Here we go. Oh, here's the Deutsch marks. That's what he's following. The Deutsch marks.
Yeah, because it's the bearer bonds or whatever
Right.
that his buddy Mikey had on him.
Crate full of sunglasses.
Yes.
Like they're not even gonna put all the packing fuzz back in.
No. Well, why? They don't need it. It's not like they're fragile.
What they do? Just open it to look at it, and they
Yeah.
didn't even put the shit back in. Oh, I hope that cargo is all types of fucked up when they get where they're going.
Yeah, exactly. They're mixed up now.
Oh fuck!
These were in sequential order. You.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm gonna bring you into a murderous situation here.
Yeah.
This is just like a loose loose detective-ism, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really, he's like getting clues and like...
Yeah. Well, he's not allowed to even be, like, it's not like he has warrants or anything like that because he's not allowed to be there. He doesn't have jurisdiction. I like the control room here. It's like as futuristic as it can get for being 1984.
Right, I agree. It does look like it's a much... Now it's just one lady on a phone. This is like the whole, like, enhance.
Exactly.
Go to the computer in the database with the fingerprints in it or whatever.
Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. I know this is not humanly possible, but zoom in even more.
Sir, the DNA guys want to come in here and try and explain it to you again. You're like, what the fuck is this magic shit?
You can see there's a Norwegian blowfly inside his pocket, and I know that only Norwegian blowflies are only at this address. Let's roll.
Like a blow dart gun?
No. A blowfly is a type of fly.
Oh.
They actually do, and that's actually where I got those from was CSI they used to use.
Oh my god, look at this. How did they already go get that? They must have heard it over the wire. Be like, oh my god, we gotta go to the joke store and all that.
Get me to McGillicuddy's joke shop.
Yeah, like fast.
So Judge Reinhold and John Ashcroft, or John Ashcroft, Jesus
Whatever.
Christ. John Ashton, when they were casting, they were like narrowing down people, and then they were starting to do chemistry tests. So they had to do like an improv together. So he did the improv where he's talking about like the 3 pounds of meat like in his like embedded in his colon or whatever.
Right.
And like it's basically what they improved is in the movie.
Oh.
It was like they thought it was so funny together that they just like put it right in the movie.
That's good.
Yeah.
I wonder how much say like Eddie had, or how do you got anything about how he was on the set or anything like that?
They improv like fucking mad.
Right.
Like the 3 of them, basically every comedic scene they're in, they
just fucked around, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Like if you got something, you first you have to have something good on paper.
Yeah.
To film, and then if you want to fuck around after that, don't make the movie like Buddy.
Well, see,
who hires all his funny friends like Danny McBride is like, we'll just improv the whole movie, and then you're like, oh.
Speaking of Danny McBride, though, have you seen the preview for his new show with it's him, John Goodman, and Adam Devine as like televangelists?
No way.
Oh, it looks funny, man. It looks really good.
He probably plays exactly the same character, only he's a televangelist.
Only
Danny McBride can
a little bit. He's like, I think he plays John Goodman's son.
Oh, no way.
And then I don't know if they're brothers.
Is the Connors still on?
Yes.
And they're going to keep it for another season, or is this?
I
think they
think-
bring Roseanne back. No one cares anymore.
Yeah.
She'll just show up one day. I'm back.
I don't want any of those. Every one of those should max out at being 1 season. Just tell a quick little story to let everybody know where everybody's at.
We're
Like
still
8
alive.
episodes. And then, end it on your terms, essentially, and then just go away.
Oh, yeah, like anybody who follow. Oh, shit.
Get your
badge.
supervisor.
Should be like in The Simpsons where he flashes his badge and it's like a picture of him next to his badge and his Speedo. He's like, boom, boom.
I liked in, that was X-Files.
Mulder
right?
and Scully.
Scully? Mulder and Scully?
Mulder.
Smolder
Oh, did you
and
see the
Mulhey.
cool bust of her at Comic-Con?
I did not.
It was from one of the episodes.
No, I didn't see it.
I don't know what the hell was going on in the episode. I don't know the show that well, as I was too scared. Oh my god, this guy. This guy's in tons of shit.
Yeah, he looks like he was like the stupid guy in every Seinfeld episode.
He looks like Dan Aykroyd does his hair.
That's just the 80s did his hair.
Yep, you got it now, buddy. The secret supervisor routine, right?
Oh, he's got every trip in the book.
Do you want me to? You want me to call him right now? He sent me. Do you want me to call him and tell him what company you are?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I
don't wanna get in trouble.
Yeah.
I would love one time for that to just fall apart.
Yes.
Yeah, give him a call. I would like to.
They should do.
I was
that
like,
in the
I'll never.
movie.
It was like,
Maybe
I'm never
have.
gonna get in trouble for asking for your ID.
Like, yeah.
It was like my
It's
supervisor.
job.
My supervisor will go. Like, even if it is the guy, he'll go, "Thank you very much for double checking, seeing as I didn't tell you he was coming."
Exactly. Like he's not on the manifest.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Yeah. So that was.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because you probably have 7 pounds of undigested, it's apparently it's like I feel like red meat was a big thing in the 80s.
I love red meat.
I do too. I don't eat a lot of it because it's awful.
I eat most of it.
And you eat the red meat that I don't eat.
Most of the red meat in
I could
availability.
fucking go for a burger right now and all I want.
I had a burger yesterday.
Oh, so did I actually.
Well-
As I just say, I don't eat a lot of red meat.
I don't eat a lot of red meat, but like literally my whole life is steak.
Just so you know, I don't eat a lot of red meat, but for lunch is hamburger, dinner's a steak every fucking day of the week, baby.
And breakfast
huh?
is cow tongue.
You don't even get the statement out before your heart rips out of your chest. It goes fucking flying across the room, trying to make it to the phone so we could call to say like something's wrong.
3 times a month I have an alien style, like a John Hurt alien death.
Not again. I love that he was in that. He looks like the kind of guy who'd be a total dick.
Yeah.
Like really serious. Not a dick, but like a super serious actor guy. And then to see him in
Oh, in
Spaceballs
yeah,
was like totally awesome.
yeah.
These guys just sit around the fucking car all day. Anyways, though, they say though that's a real thing. Like get your fiber, people. I can't, I cannot stress that enough. How much a good bowel movement will just cure what ails ya.
Yeah. I would
Unless what ails you is like you're pooping too much, then maybe,
or if
that's not for me to deal with.
or if there's something colostomy bag related
yes,
that
yes.
you're not using your bowels at all.
Oh my god.
That laugh. That was basically exactly the exact same laugh that his Buddy Love laugh was. In,
Right. Oh, you're right.
Professor.
It was Buddy Love. I'm Buddy Love. You can't beat me. We should do the clumps. No, the other one with the big
part
fat
2?
lady.
Oh.
Norman or Nerdstrom. What the hell
Norbit.
was a Norbit?
Oh, not in a billion years that
They
movie
say
was.
that Norbit lost him the Golden Globe.
Really?
Because he was in Dreamgirls at the same time.
yes.
And then Norbit, I don't understand why one would take away from the other. What's her name won an Oscar and a Razzie in the same year? Sandra Bullock. Didn't
Yeah.
do nothing to her.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, what the fuck?
It might be the eligibilities. Like the eligibility windows
Right.
maybe were different. I don't know. It's weird, and also the foreign press is a little more snooty about things like that.
Right.
Because they're like, this is serious, and you can't have a guy who is doing this. I don't know why it's only the French
I like
guy.
that. No, I like it. Yeah, you should keep going. I kind of dig
also
that.
It could also be
Oh.
like Swedish, and
Not even words. Yeah. Well, to them it's words. They know what they're saying. They can understand the Swedish Chef. Oh, here we go. It's about time, man. I haven't seen titties in like, my own titties, but
Yeah, exactly.
which I'm constantly staring at to make sure. Am I a woman?
Yeah.
I mean, are these man boobs?
This
What
is
are
just
these
something.
moobs? Ooh.
This is just well. Actually, I was gonna say this is something that used to happen in comedies, but really, this is the only place you find this anymore. You find nudity in comedies.
Yes,
Because
it's true.
nudity is just fun. Like fucking Walk Hard, just a dick shows up for a
I
while.
love that. Good tune.
Yeah.
This is my kind of jam right here. This is a good stripper. She, you
this
can tell
song-
that this is like a movie stripper because like she's really into it.
No, and what's hilarious? This song was suggested for the movie by that stripper. She actually said to the crew, they're like, "You need to use this song in the movie." Like, that's
This
the
is her
song.
stripper jam.
Yeah. I want us to just start saying that to people, but like nowhere near a strip joint.
Yeah,
Just
the
like-
same conversation. Yeah,
I'm like the guy standing next to his kid.
they're
at,
watching
like,
a dog take a poop. It's
yeah.
okay if your dick gets
It's
hard.
fine if you- I was just thinking like the guy's trying to win like a stuffed animal for his dog or for his kid. I mean, it's just like So
What
if
is
your
he
dick gets hard-
sniffing?
I don't know. Everything
An
probably smells like
American- I
vagina.
know, like,
there.
what the hell? He's like, there she goes. Woo, girl.
I tell you, I have not spent hardly any time in the strip joints because my first experience was so bloody depressing. I believe I shared it here before. It was I went in, and the people I went with, well, it was a guy and his girlfriend, And his girlfriend, and then he tells me right then and there, he's like, "Oh yeah, she did ecstasy before she came in here." I'm like, "Oh, I've come to the wrong place." I didn't know her like at all.
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, I have come to the wrong place. This sucks." And then I watched a girl go up and like the song played, and she literally just like took off her clothes and just like hit the deck, and then she walked around the pole a few times for the length of the song. Then she just walked off.
Yeah,
and then,
some of it's just like depressing.
And then she left about 15 minutes later. She was wearing just like an overcoat, and she was being led out by an old man. And I was just like, oh, God.
It's her daddy.
And then I was just
Daddy
watching
came
girls
to pick
do like
her
a
up.
toonie slide and just like squatting over some dude. And I'm like, I do not want to, I do never want to be here again.
I have only gone and will only ever go, and usually it's few and far between, when I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
And I have seen most of them are just like, they come out, they're just like, hey, babe. There's like a needle hanging out of their arm. They like rub their hand, you know, they kind of touch the pole. It's like they could be anywhere but here. Sometimes you'll find one where you're like, wow, this woman is dancing her fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And it is like, it's awesome. It's like a show.
Yeah.
It's like watching Cirque du Soleil with less nudity.
That's why, no, dude, you have to go to Vegas and watch Zumanity, and you get the best of both
That's what I'm
worlds.
saying. And I'm like,
it's Cirque du Soleil with nudity.
This one girl, man, was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe like the shit that she was doing. It was like a Cirque show. And I even told her, I was like, lady, I was like, you were amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's a strip tease. It's supposed to be like a dance and art form. It's supposed to give me something, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, if you went to Toronto or something, I was like, you make so much money. She's like, I don't want to go there. She said, it's all drugs. All the girls are coked out. She's like, I do this here to make a couple bucks and to keep fit.
Nice.
And she could do the you know how like muscle dudes like do the chest?
Yeah.
She could do that with her chest and her butt cheeks.
Nice. Well, lots of girls can do it with their butt
shit.
cheeks. I think the most time I've spent in strip clubs is in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Right.
I go into, well, because your base is in the strip club for a while.
Right.
But also I like to go deep into a strip club and then like shoot a bazooka off and then see how many cops are outside by the time I get outside. Because like you have to like fight off every bouncer and then you get out and then there's like helicopters and stuff. I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? You know,
In real life.
Yeah, that's my next step.
I went back there and got a lap dance. I was playing
lap
somebody
dance?
else's game, and it was like, you got to watch out the bounce. Like, is that Roman Polanski's arresting?
Yes.
That's
he
why he
got
whipped the
him.
gun. He's like, these girls are 13. Will you lie to me? He's like, get the fuck out of here, Roman Polanski. Ronny Cox.
You were at a house of ill repute.
Uh-oh. You better talk to this man.
That is a lot to explain.
Is Ronny Cox... It's only so much film left, guys. Like,
Exactly.
my God.
That's why the point I was trying to make before with all the improv and stuff like that. I feel like now is the ideal time to be nailing down those like improv things because you can shoot digitally.
Right.
It costs like it used
It's
to
like nothing.
Well, because they used to say like the old like well not old now but older like Apatow movies like 40-year-old virgin and stuff like that where like everybody would be like doing their linorama improvs and then they just
Right.
basically glue a movie together.
Yeah.
It was like they shot 1 million feet of film, but like now they would just shoot like a hard drive, and everybody would be, and they probably could have shot like 50 times as much. There'd be no rush.
And then you don't have like 1 million miles of film sitting in a warehouse somewhere ready to explode.
Well, if you don't have that, actually, you could see where he was just pinching.
Was he
and,
trying to
with his
laugh or trying not to laugh?
He was doing this thing. What was interesting, you can actually see he was bouncing. Eddie Murphy was bouncing a little bit there. He was tired during the shooting of this scene, and somebody offered him coffee, and he doesn't take any drugs, including caffeine. He wouldn't do it.
Eddie Murphy.
So finally, he was just so exhausted, though. He finally took some, and he was just taking little sips, and he was jacked on it. And then he improvised that whole Super Cops thing, and they were both laughing, and that's why his face was buried because he was laughing during the scene. And they said that Judge Reinhold was pinching his leg through his pants to try and like distract
Giving him
himself.
a dick pinch. Pinching his leg. Yeah, right.
Well, he's white. His dick didn't make it to his pocket.
Oh, yeah, buddy. It's a Detroit bud. This is Beverly motherfucking Hills. Is he got to come back to Beverly Hills Cop like all of them? And it was 2 back in Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
3? 3 was at like a theme park.
Yes, but it was in Beverly Hills as well.
Having to go back to Beverly Hills?
Yeah, well, if Die Hard works so
That's
many
exactly
times,
but
like,
I mean, it didn't take place in it. That's funny that you said it because I was thinking exactly that. I was going to be like, Die Hard didn't take place in it. I got to go back to the apartment building. Me and Holly just moved into an apartment building. Oh no, again.
No, but that's the thing. Like, which would you find more likely, that he finds himself in the middle of a terrorist attack while on the move, like all over the country, or a guy happens to need to go back to LA 3 times? Right, you know.
I don't know. I'm on the fence with that one.
Especially because
John McClane one
especially
more.
because he has friends in LA. Like, he actually has a reason to go.
Right. I can't get that tune, that wicked tune. That tune that stripper was dancing to was in like a ton
Nasty
of
Girl.
shit. Yeah, Nasty Girl.
Yeah, this guy is. I should have looked him up, but I'm 90% sure that he's the friend in Karate Kid.
Oh.
You remember the one where he like kicks the door? Daniel
Yes.
kicks the door, and that's him. I'm 90% sure that's it. Now I gotta look it up. I ain't gonna fall for no banana in the tailpipe.
I would have at least grabbed the milk and the donut.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, why waste of Goodfellas? This is a fucking wasteful 80s, man. Come on. The donut probably got thrown right in the trash.
It's a decade of excess, baby. You did cocaine by the handful.
It was a cocaine donut. The powdered donuts were well known to be cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, that
Even the brown ones. Like the ones that are kind of more cinnamony.
Yes.
That's just cinnamon mixed with cocaine.
Ooh, those are the best.
Right, listen to him, eh? That guy looks like he was like one of the one of the dudes from Revenge of the Nerds. What was the name of their? Was it Lamb to Lamb to Lamb?
Yeah, the black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a lamb to the slaughter, baby. This movie's not as good as I remember it. I think this is one of these ones you watch as a kid, and there's a lot of swears, and it's like funny and all that.
Oh, see, I enjoy
I'm
this
just
one
like, meh.
still. This one holds up for me.
I mean, it holds up, but I mean, I don't think it was worth it to be the number 1 rated R movie for 20 years in a row.
Oh, you have no idea even like how much further it goes. I can't seem to find this guy. What if I reverse engineer it from Karate Kid?
What?
I'm trying to find this fucking guy.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Ooh, like the old, of course, with the tinted, probably not even legal. So they're so tinted. Or is that just in Canada?
I'm sure it's probably similar. At least now, who knows what it was like then? You could probably have like a tinted windshield. And, like,
hell,
just, like,
that one was, I think.
It's like blackout.
The whole thing. The driver can't even see. It's like in that movie where they have to drive blindfolded to the store because they want snacks and there's monsters everywhere.
Yeah. I think it's...
Was that Sandra Bullock movie? Man, I'm on Sandra Bullock. Isn't Sandra Bullock in this?
That was the same guy. I found him. His name's Israel Huarbe.
And there's Sandra Bullock right there.
And she was in the... Yes, he was also in the net.
Fucking A.
And Angels in the Outfield. He played Jose Martinez.
Oh my God, he played one of the angels.
Yeah. Well, I think so.
That movie, just like...
Do you keep thinking about the flapping?
Oh my God. Just
Every
like that
time.
movie makes me want to blow, even thinking about it right now makes me want to blow my fucking brains out in the Disney's bathroom at Galaxy's Edge.
I'm still always a lot angrier at anything like that fucking kid from like, what was it? Rookie of the
Jerry
Year.
Maguire. Oh.
Cool.
Oh my God. He was eating
kid-
Tara Reid's snatch.
Yeah.
And them Tara Reid movies. She
American
fights
Pie.
all them sharks.
American Pie.
Yeah, American
He didn't
Sharks.
he didn't even age. He just grew a beard.
Yes.
Like when like American Funeral or whatever came out. Whatever that one was.
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God! I just pictured that's the exact same
That's what
guy.
I thought. I was like,
see, that's the thing about 80s
and when they
hair.
get out of the car, they're just like, huh?
That is like those are like painted.
He's my
black.
brother.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all brothers.
They
come from a long line of doormen.
Yes.
That's a good gig if you can get it.
Well, I think it was like one of the if you're not an actor, you were a valet.
Oh yeah, like a valet. I'm like a valet / actor, or like in Toronto, it's like a waiter / actor.
I couldn't deal with the just like the culture of LA where you have to drive literally everywhere and there's a valet parking for literally everything. It's like you go to somebody's house for like a birthday party and there's valet parking. And, like legit.
Yeah,
like,
like what
and
the
I'm like,
hell?
how about I don't want anybody driving my car?
Yeah, I find the whole valet parking, especially since Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm like, I ain't leaving this car with these guys.
The only time I use valet parking is if I go to the casino and it's particularly busy.
Right.
Then I'll use
Never.
Yeah.
It's never particularly busy. Just could drive up to the top. The no man's land. The Mad Max zone. It's like garbage can fires, hobo fights to the death up there.
I've been in there sometimes where it's like there's a couple of spots, but then it's like a truck that's way too big to be parking in there is parked like across. So you'd have to like squeeze in and hopefully not smash, like scrape up against them.
I know, you're going to the damn casino. I don't even gamble. I just go and get the chocolate at the place and drink.
I used to just go there. I would go to Yuck Yucks, the comedy club, because I get free tickets to go to Yuck Yucks all the time. And then I would gamble like $20 just to keep enough in the coffers to get the next round of free tickets.
Right.
But I never took advantage of the good, like, you'd get free tickets for the cheaper shows. Like, I could have went and saw, like, friggin', like, guys from the Monkees doing stuff. And I was like, I should have went and saw all those things.
Oh my God, there was like Eddie Murphy's gay like impression.
Oh yeah, and like a mega homophobe. That's the one thing that really bummed me out because I didn't remember his stand-up comedy stuff, like his big specials.
I don't remember them either.
And like, there's a lot about I ain't no fag, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh Jesus,
that means
this
he's gay.
aged
That means
terribly.
he's gay. Yeah, that's not gonna age. That's not gonna be good.
He uses that stuff a lot.
Anybody who actually has to say that like in a room, just let everybody know I'm all man, not gay. You are so gay.
Yeah.
Like so gay. But that's, I think I think it's going away from it. I'm not positive. Somebody let me know.
Well, that was a bad stuntman flip. Like you can see
But
his face is too.
That it was a big deal. Like there was like a lot of stigma about being gay in the black community.
Yeah.
Like back in this time. I'm sure it's opening up like it is in most places, but I had heard that it was really bad. Like when what's his name put the wig on, Flip Wilson or whatever, it was like people lost it.
Yeah.
Like people like, what the fuck? Like you can't be doing drag and blah blah. And like it was a big thing.
Yeah. What was the thing it was in Community? I'm only going to paraphrase it, but he was telling of Donald Glover to play football, and he's like, because he used to play football, and he's like, it's in your, he's like, it's in your soul. And he's like, that's racist. And he's like, it's in your heart. And he's like, that's gay. He's like, that's homophobic. And he's like, that's black. And he's like, that's racist. And he's like, oh.
Exactly.
He plays like the perfect bad guy, and I think it's 99% that weird little bump, like his third eye there.
Oh yeah, it's his third eye for evil. It's always on the dark web.
I feel like if you poked it really, really hard and you spoke Latin, he would die.
Importante. Message to non importante. Boop. They say something from the Da Vinci Code, and
Either that or you send him back in time.
yeah, the one thing that could banish me. How did you know? My one weakness, bullets.
I think it would have been very funny. Like it's something they could do now. I don't think that humor would really jump at them then, but it would be very funny if it was the exact same two guys playing the cops and they just slightly changed their hair or something each time. So you're just like, got it, like everybody looks like the exact same fucking avatar of like the next guy when you just find out it's the same two fucking dudes the entire time.
Oh, it's like in the audience in like a wrestling game.
Yeah.
It's like the same guy like all over. They got like 4 guys.
Yeah.
They kind of just move them all around. The one guy's like with his one right arm up in the air. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I used to like that one. What was the one old one? I think it was Raw is War. You'd hear like them yell out something every now and again.
Right.
But it made it sound like the audience only had like 20 people and you'd hear, mankind is a god.
I haven't played a good wrestling game in forever.
Yeah.
They don't make them like they used to, these ones.
Legit rumors that AEW is releasing a game that is a direct sequel to the old AKI, like WCW Nitro.
No way! Like a WCW versus NWO World Tour.
Yeah. And WrestleMania 2000.
I gotta get my thumb into working order, whatever's going on with it, for God's sakes.
I would love to see, because that was always my dream. I'm like, stop trying to make the game look better.
I know.
And all these things. I was like, load up that game, but then make it so you can have 30 people in the ring at the same time.
Yeah, so you have a real Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
How the hell you'd lock onto somebody in there, that madness, but...
Well, same way you do it, yeah.
Once Acclaim took it and they started making the characters try and look realistic, it was just dumb. It was like they moved shitty, like...
Yeah, it started becoming like arcadey.
Yeah, it was like give me more of a, like a crappier, like, because they didn't seem like they were even like... You know, like they pasted the guy into the ring, like he didn't even belong in the ring, kind of thing, right? Like
it's like remember WrestleMania the arcade game,
right?
Where like you'd be the Undertaker and then he'd like pull out a like tombstone and like smack you
the
over
heartbreak
the head.
would hit you with like a broken heart, like a giant jagged broken heart thing. Yeah,
I was like, guys, this is so easy. I don't understand why you're fucking it up. But I was like, there's only two two things I want out of a wrestling video game. I don't know how we got to this, but
How do we get anywhere?
I know, right? Fair enough. But the two things I want out of a wrestling game, I want to be able to have a lot of people in the ring, and I want a story mode that allows you to A, choose a lot of what you're doing in the story, and B, has consequences. So if you're doing all these crazy moves, you could get injured. So like you start at the bottom, and then as you're winning matches, you start to like work your way up the roster.
They have a career mode in the new 2K.
They have a lot of career modes, but like what I have in mind is different. And it's like if you start doing like too crazy things, you risk getting injured. And all of a sudden you get injured. Now you're off the card for like 3 months to recover, and now you've moved back down.
And you're forced to sit and watch pay-per-views on the sideline. Well, because you could do that, right? If you're kicked out of a match, so you could still watch the match.
Well, and then there's also other things. So like imagine if you so you get injured, you move back down, but then like your matches, the quality of your matches actually can move you up the ranks faster.
Right.
So you like you could easily like to just burn through a story mode. You could do like just the easy shit just to pin the guy, like hit the same button 30 times and then pin him, right? Or you can have an exciting match that keeps the crowd level high, and then that's like, oh boom, you've like now jumped like 2 spots instead of just 1.
Right. Well, that could be a thing too. Is once your meter reaches, then you could do your
move,
like a super move.
Yeah.
Not your finisher. You have to do a couple super moves to get it work up to your finisher.
Yeah. But and just having like those kind of crazy exciting matches, but then there's the balance because you can make crazy exciting things happen, but then you could hurt yourself theoretically, or if you don't tap out, you could hurt yourself. But then you could also choose to like run into people's matches if they're like people will be listed.
There's backstage encounters and stuff too, right?
Like I would love just the opportunity to choose those types of things, right? And then it's like you end up getting into these crazy matches, and I don't know. I think you could make one that's more similar to like an NFL like season mode,
right?
That is, and like so you could theoretically win the championship early and then defend it for a really long time, and then somebody like comes in and like jumps in on you, or you become a tag team for a little while, and you're being booked certain ways, and
they're taking him to the city like Rambo. They're taking him to. You don't think he's gonna turn back around? Yeah. Like, and you're gonna give him his gun back?
You got to do all that shit. Well, they have to give him his gun back.
Do they? He's been doing police work in his non-jurisdiction. It is America, though. You can't take a man's guns. That's right, Todd. That's one point you bring up. I'd like to bring that up, too. Joe, that's right. You're a beautiful man, Joe.
Sorry, everybody. I have a really bad cold, and I'm trying my best to manage it.
That's why his voice changed there all of a sudden.
Yeah. Cheesy, like beefy.
Yes. Beefy cheesy. You got snakes out here this big? Did you fucking just hear that? Amazing. It's like Ice Cube was in the booth with us.
You nailed it. I could hear like Kevin Hart hanging off his balls.
That's like Kevin Hart's career.
I love...
Who the fuck did he sleep with? Jeez.
I know, right?
Fuck.
The crazy thing that always drives me nuts about these movies is why does everything have to be so tightly like packed together? Like, why do they have to know each other? And
right. It's like, always exactly. Like, you were my old secretary. I say, yeah.
Like she can have an inn at the warehouse or something like that, but she doesn't necessarily have to know this dude.
Oh my God. Of course. Right. She's a pretty gal. Yeah. I like her 80s style.
She's 80s pretty.
He reminds me of, like what else? Oh, I don't know if that's him in the other one. They were all buddies, right? Or was she going out with Mikey?
They all went to school together.
So
she's from the old neighborhood.
The hood. Back in the hood? Mm-hmm. I don't know nobody from my hood anymore. It's not the same.
You know me.
Other than you.
I'm from the hood.
You're the only person I knew before, so I guess nothing's really changed.
You know everybody from your hood.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be fine.
That's I changed what I just said.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as it used to be.
We're currently in that hood.
Same heart problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have
new heart problems.
I've eaten less chips recently.
I had a bag of chips and I took them to the barbecue and then everybody else ate them and I was so like, fuck.
I have twice now picked up a bag of chips and then put it back down. I'm like, nope, not today, Satan.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
So let's now get into the success of this bloody movie. This movie cost $14 million to make.
Right.
It made $234.8 million. It was the #1 movie of 1984.
Wow.
It beat Ghostbusters, Temple of Doom, Gremlins, Karate Kid, Police Academy, Footloose, Romancing the Stone, Star Trek 3, and Splash. That was the rest of the top 10.
Of that year.
That was the domestic. So it opened number 1 against Terminator and Missing in Action and Nightmare on Elm Street. They'd all been out for a couple weeks.
Oh, that would have been a great time to be going to the movies, man, or the drive-in.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Stayed at number 1 when Dune and Runaway and Passage to India in 1984 came out. Stayed number 1 in week 3 when Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo came out.
Oh my God, my favorite movie.
Something very rare, week 4 and 5, nothing came out. Nothing that debuted in the top 15. Avenging Angel came out when it was in week 6, but it stayed number 1.
Is that like a Cynthia Rothrock kick 'em up movie?
I can't remember.
Sounds like it's got a lot of kung fu titties.
Weeks 7 through 9 stayed number 1. Nothing new came out.
Wow, they picked the right time to bring this movie out, man.
Then week 10, Witness came out. It still stayed number 1. Then week 11, Breakfast Club stayed out. It still stayed number 1. Nothing came out week 12, so it's still number 1. Missing in Action 2 comes out in week 13. So Missing in Action 1 was in the first week, and by week 13, part 2 was out.
Oh my God, so they filmed another Missing in Action.
I feel like
They're probably so quick, they probably filmed them back to back or something.
I was going to say, I feel like they shot one movie, and they just had so much footage,
they just cut it into 2. That's amazing.
Yeah. Then week 14, it finally falls to number 2. Witness takes the number 1 spot. Then it goes back to 1 in week 15.
That's when Missing in Action 3 came out.
Right? And then in week 16 it went down to number 6. It was Friday the 13th 5, Porky's Revenge, Mask, Last Dragon, and Baby: The Secret of the Lost Legend.
Oh my God, the little dinosaur.
No.
Isn't that about the little
No, because that one that's Jesus. Baby is Land Before Time.
Oh, it's a Land Before Time movie.
Yeah. That Baby, yeah. So but anyways, or unless that's like a sequel or something like that. But I don't think that, because we were 3 when this came out, so like
I would have remembered it.
Land Before Time came out way after that. We were in school.
I think I'm right. I think it's that movie with that little brontosaurus.
I don't think you're that little.
Call me up here, people. Somebody call me up right now. We're live.
Third goddamn time IMDbing something.
Woo woo. Oh, here it is.
Ooh, I'm glad I corrected that. I was writing Baby Secret and I wrote Baby Sex.
Oh, nice.
So I fixed that.
You were automatically
okay.
black flagged.
You were way off. It's a
right.
It's a Sean Young movie.
Oh, she kind of looks like a baby brontosaurus.
It's a little bit. Finkel is Einhorn.
Finkel,
Einhorn.
exactly. God is digging into my hip. Nothing's even happened in this movie. Like, they went to a strip club. Like, they could have solved this in like 40 minutes on a Forensics Files. Like, my God.
Oh, speaking of Forensics Files, that was one of the things I mentioned in my Dueling Decades episode.
Oh, yeah.
That
I forgot. We talked it on the phone, but you said it went well.
It did go well. I won. I unseated the champion.
You're a straight winner.
And now I have to be on their show more because I've won the championship.
Now you're the champion.
Now I have to. He's like, you have to.
Dude, now that you're at the top, man, they come from all angles, man. Yeah. You better keep it on.
I'm facing a Russian next week.
Yep. It'll take you down.
Yeah.
You don't know what happened in 1987 in Russia.
Oh, I know exactly what happened in 1987 in Russia.
Oh, you're right. Look.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how
vacuum baggies of this is my favorite.
Wow.
It's my all-time favorite thing. It can't be okay for.
Oh fuck.
It can't be okay for a cop to just try cocaine.
Yeah,
and be
so like what? Yeah,
I'm testing it.
Yeah, I know. I find it funny too that like they were getting yelled at because they went to a strip club and may have drank, but it's okay to do a big fat line to something. Just you got to make sure it's cocaine.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, it wasn't a big fat line, but but like that's the thing. Like I watched that Border Patrol or whatever, and what do? They test it. They don't go like they're not like rubbing it on their gums, going, "Yeah, this is the shit."
We're gonna eat a good night. We're gonna get some strippers. We'll see if this is the real cocaine or not.
See, look at the guy with the mustache there. You said he could take me. He can't take me.
He is.
Look at he's like rubbing moisturizer into his hands right now. And the other guy looks kind of like Fat John Waters. I'm not worried about any of those guys. And then the guy at the back looks like the guy from American Pickers. If anybody watches that.
He does actually, the skinny one.
Oh my God, that actually blows my mind. I didn't think in a million years you'd have known who I was talking about for American Pickers. But yeah, he does. Just
they find way better shit on American Pickers than Canadian Pickers.
Yeah. Although there was one where they were on Clifton Hill in Niagara Falls in Canadian Pickers, and I was kind of like, yeah, because it's like home.
I was like, yeah, that's like almost like you were in the episode.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I'm always looking for myself because I'm like, I may have been in this episode. I go there a lot.
Like when you're in the movie theater and they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like Toronto, you're like, yeah, even though everybody in the theater is still thinking the same thing. Like, we got to shout out. Like, woo.
That's why so many people fell for the Tragically Hip. Like, I don't think as many people like the Tragically Hip as think they do. Like, I think a lot of people are just like, wait a minute. They mentioned a camp I went to once. Like,
right. You think it's more based on nostalgia than the fact that they're actually awesome in Canada's band and you're a monster?
I don't like being told anything is Canada's anything. I didn't like Bret Hart because I was told because he's Canadian, he had to be my favorite wrestler.
Well, he should have just been anyways, because he's the best there was, the best there is, the best there will be.
Well, after that stroke, they think that that's not true anymore.
After Goldberg kicked his face right off, the fucking idiot.
And also best at what? Because Chris Benoit was best at murdering his family.
You are correct. That is true. I remember a girl when I was on a boat with was all offended because like I made a Chris Benoit joke and her last name is Benoit. So she was pretending like, oh, he's like my cousin. How dare you? And I was like, have you ever even met him? She's like, no. I was like, you don't even like fuck off.
My all-time favorite roast joke. It was Anthony Jeselnik. They were doing the Flavor Flav roast, I think it was.
Right.
And he looks at him and he just goes, and this is right after. And he goes, Chris Benoit is a better. Oh no, it wasn't Anthony Jeselnik. It was Jimmy Kimmel. He goes, Chris Benoit is a better father than you. And the crowd, like, it went to a shot of a girl and her jaw dropped because I mean, like, I think not even a week had passed when he did the joke.
That's
like,
the best time.
Like that's
too soon jokes are the best jokes.
Like I feel like it happened on his way to the shoot. And he's like, oh my God, Chris Benoit killed his family. Let's get this out there.
So you better have been listening to the news on the way there because, like...
They probably, like, had it playing, like, while they were waiting.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going to make sure people hear this shit.
There's, like, a theory out there that he didn't do it and that, like, they were murdered by Kevin Sullivan, who was jealous of them. It's a pretty good theory, actually. I like it. I don't know whether it's, whether I believe it. I like it. It's like flat Earth. Do I believe it? Yes.
My favorite, I woke up this morning and my wife had already been up for several hours because like she couldn't sleep and she came out to the couch and then there was like people screaming outside like monsters. And so she was up and she was watching that Flat Earth documentary on Netflix. And she's like, my favorite part of this whole thing is that the main Flat Earther guy, he said he got into Flat Earth because he was sick of reading all these other conspiracy theories and he was bored of all the other conspiracy theories. So he's looking for a new one. And he's like, but Flat Earth is the real deal. And I'm just like, oh God.
Hey man, sometimes, right? The crazy guy in the corner is usually telling the truth. If every movie we've ever known, the government just knows he knows too much. So they discredit him and now he's on the street going, praise.
They discredit him with tons of photos and footage.
Exactly. False photos. Fake news. Look
it's always my favorite when just some random dude, like some NBA player's like, yeah, it's flat, I believe it.
Oh, here we go. A little action here now. They blew the whole budget in that car crash scene at the beginning.
Oh, God, yeah.
The banana budget's like out of control in this movie.
I wonder what they do with some of those cars. Like, do they just have like emptied out cars so they crunch up really good? Or do they have just like junkers? Or like, I know friggin'
a bunch of junkers.
Because I know fucking Fast and the Furious, they like, we're buying straight off the line like Maseratis and like
and then
all
we're
this
gonna
stuff.
blow it up.
It was like, what are you gonna do?
Why
I'm just
not?
gonna pick it up with a crane and drop it on the ground while I watch some fucking rich asshole cry.
That's the first credit scene.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a big hook. It's just Monstrosaurus, like just picking up, $100,000 cars and dropping them.
And then it doesn't go well, and something happens, and then they're like, "Oh, well, just use that one again because there's just a scratch on this one side, but we're only going to see it from the other side." And they're like, "Nope, new car."
Yeah, actually, like that's probably like lowballing those movie cars.
Yeah,
they're fucking like they're $2 million, like Lambos and shit.
Yeah, like when Tracy Morgan bought that $2 million car and then crashed it like right away.
Oh my God. Like, why waste your fucking money?
Well, he didn't do it on purpose.
I know, but still, why would you drive a car that costs that much? And if you even get into a minor fender bender, it costs more to fix the car than it costs to buy the car.
That's there.
Like, how the problem. Talk about, you're telling me that like Tracy Morgan's rolling in the millions?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He sued Walmart after that thing. He's worth like hundreds of millions.
Oh, what?
You don't remember when that Walmart truck hit him and like almost killed him?
Oh, he probably did it on purpose. He had nothing going on. He like ran out into the street and got hit by a Walmart truck.
No, he got like legit.
He was probably wasted.
He got legit fucked up.
Hit by a fucking
And
Walmart
yeah,
truck, eh?
he sued them and he got a shit ton of
How
money.
does Walmart owe him the money though? Wouldn't the driver be on the hook? Like, just because the truck says Walmart on it, like.
Well, he sues the company, not the driver.
Right.
The company.
Damn.
Yeah.
I should be getting into that.
Yeah, exactly. I should be getting into almost dying, hoping for the best.
Yeah, man. Insurance is a good game. They're probably onto it now, though. The 80s is the time for a good insurance scam, you know?
Yeah. I could get, like... I know how to get away with literally every crime as long as I do it.
He has. No, he's not in jail, is he?
No, I was gonna say as long as I would like could go back and like commit the crime before 1987.
Yes.
I was just like they were just.
Joe's actually a master criminal. He's
like,
always telling me all the time, like, about these murders and these things, and then years later I see these things about girls that he had said where he, and I'm like, oh my god.
It's like the old John Mulaney bit. He was like, he's like basically if you robbed a bank and you weren't still at the bank when the police got there, you'd get away with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like people used to like machine gun their name into the side of the building. You tell them it was Golden
and
Joe
then it
and the
was like,
Suggins
oh,
gang.
I made a mistake, so then they'd go over it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much time you've got.
Yeah, and he's like, and before DNA and all that, you'd have a murder, and he's like, detective, there's a pool of blood over here. Gross. Mop that up.
In my professional opinion, gross. Yeah. Oh shit, there he is.
Mulaney's a god.
I totally disagree with that statement, like so immensely.
Really?
Yes. He's a god. Get out of here.
Oh, John Mulaney's fantastic comic.
A god. I wouldn't say he's a god.
He's the best. Okay, I'll put it this: he is hands down the best writer, like comedian writer right now.
For what?
Stand-up comedy.
Like that's a thing anymore.
It's quite a thing. They have festivals for it. The whole deal.
Yeah, right.
Bong.
Who the hell, eh?
Got my ring caught on that. That wasn't technically my fault.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I did not technically, right?
I didn't hit it this time. It was my ring caught it. So I count like full on slack.
This looks like the same place in Commando that they like blow the shit out of it.
Oh, piece of trivia. The mansion used in the final shootout between Foley and Maitland is the same one from Commando.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's amazing.
You did it. You win this round.
I fucking sure right did it. Listen to old Boogaroo over here. Holy Lord.
I'm trying my best, man.
You should see my face when I do the friggin' sinal rinse. Holy God. It looks like in one of those movies where like the slime creature enters you and you're like, it's just oozing out and like going back up and in and then back out.
Well, that was like,
my Lord.
I told you about it.
Holy fuck.
I'm having a hard time.
You have allergies or something?
No, I do. I'm just getting over a cold.
You did a lot of cocaine and coffee before just to get in the right zone for. I
had a bit of a sinus.
Wait, okay, this is what I was going to ask you. Is Eddie Murphy known for being like like on the drugs? Did he do drugs?
Supposedly no. Like I had heard stories. Even when was Charlie Murphy? Excuse me.
Ooh, blessed is thou, Joseph.
If I'm at my mom's and I start sneezing, her one dog just starts shaking. Like I go into like sneezing fits. But
the dog can't handle it.
But when because I sneeze so much and so loud, she doesn't like it. But I'm just muting.
Does she think she's in danger? Like
well, they don't like loud noises. Like fireworks go off or the thunder goes
understandable. But like somebody they know sneezing. Yeah. Although sometimes the other cat does give a little jump.
They also don't know I'm sneezing. They don't like.
They probably think the devil's coming out of you.
Yeah, right. So the I lost what I was saying.
Is this like the most squibbiest mansion ever?
Yeah. This when they sell it, if you go on like in the real estate things and stuff like that, they'll say it's actually made of squibs.
Yeah, it's like it's made of squibs.
The whole thing is like a little bit of steel girder, but it's just covered in squibs. So you can actually like paint over those, and then the rest of everything that's still white there is still squibs. So you can just
you can have your own shoot 'em ups.
Yeah, exactly.
That looks like it's really in there. They probably had to redo the whole thing after Commando there.
Oh, I'm sure they probably just put like a layer of plaster over it and then just scraped it off, right? But oh yeah, no, you were talking about Eddie Murphy when Charlie Murphy did like his like true Hollywood stories on like Dave Chappelle. He said like even when he was like partying and like doing drugs with Rick James, he always said like and Eddie would go home.
Oh,
he's like Eddie'd go home because he didn't get into that kind of stuff, and then he's like, and then I'd go party with Rick James and stuff like that. I honestly thought he was just protecting his brother, but then to hear that too, I'm just kind of like, all right. Just nice
and
to see.
And then Charlie Murphy would hang out with fucking what stories, eh?
Oh God!
Holy fuck!
Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Oh yeah, he died.
Yeah.
What an awesome dude! I thought Charlie Murphy was fucking funny as hell.
Oh, he was really funny. I missed out shortly before he died. He was in Buffalo doing like a stand-up thing, and I missed out on going to see it.
Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah, or Biffalo.
There you go. Depending on what side of Buffalo you're from.
Yeah. Well, I shop on the Buffalo side.
Got like a bin of like clips next to them. Nice try. Nice try.
That was like the Ghostbusters version of Get Her in the library.
I still love that Slimer I saw at that booth.
Oh, that was really good.
Did you see that when you went?
Yeah, I did see that
fuck
one,
man.
yeah.
He's coming right out of the wall.
Yeah, there's great stuff there, man.
I'm waiting because I'm gonna go back to the Frightmare in the Falls, and all the same vendors are gonna be there, only more.
I'm glad for my own sense of self-control that I started going to these things when I was married with children, because I was like, if I was a single dude with just like just income to burn, my place would be riddled with the craziest shit.
I literally like told myself when I was there, I was like, thank you, Todd, for not bringing money.
I spent like $200 there. And it was still like,
shit. I'm going, like I said, when I do Frightmare in the Falls, I'm building my money up. That's going to be my birthday present. I want a Freddy glove and a Jason mask.
Yeah.
And I could get it signed by Kane Hodder. But then I'm thinking maybe not because I want to wear it often.
Yes.
Like how lame is it to, you know?
You'll have to buy two then. That's the thing.
You're right.
Is Kane Hodder going to be a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's, yo.
Yeah.
And Friday the 13th for 7. I told the old lady we got to do like a Jason-a-thon. I'm sure I can find all of them in a row, like on a thing.
I have them.
On like a multi. Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've got them.
Oh.
I had that one. I got the, it's like the DVD collection where it's like Skip to a Death and all that stuff. Like,
do you have the DVDs?
I think so.
Maybe
I've got the digital.
Day.
I've got the digital copies too, but.
Well, you can go to the old Dirt Mart there and get like, you know, where they have like it's all in one. They're all 13 movies, one disc. You're like, cha-ching.
Well,
like this the shittiest compressed like.
You could tell so bad that was sped up to make it look like they were having like a high speed chase.
Oh yeah, come on, that's what they always do. Look at this guy.
I tell you though, Jonathan Banks though, he's been in a lot of stuff. Actually, he was in Community. If we're gonna go back to that for a moment,
how could we not?
He actually was he didn't get enough credit for how funny he was in that show because he had replaced. It was just after murder. That's just flat out murder.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to play air guitar there for a minute.
Yeah. This is not excellent. But yeah, he didn't get enough credit for like how funny he was in his little portion. And David Cross played his son. Yeah. Oh, sometimes you get shot, you know. That's always the bummer about these movies. It's always some like old white guy who's like the main bad guy. So you get down to him and it's not really a fight.
Yeah.
It's like you want it to be a fight. Like it's the same thing in Roadhouse. Patrick Swayze versus friggin' like Ben Gazzara.
No, that's the rumble for the ages.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bigger rumble than Bieber versus Cruz. Apparently he's still going. He's trying to still get this thing going.
Who's it?
Like, well, how like, dude, what do you think? Like, and what does that prove? Even if you beat Tom Cruise in a fight, like,
congratulations, you beat a 50-something-year-old man.
Yeah, like, what do you have? You're either gonna win, and it's like, okay, it's like the same thing when you get slapped.
Yeah.
You get like someone slaps you. It's like there's like one of two, and it never goes well. It's like the one end you freak.
Yeah.
And then people are like, well, you really overreacted.
Yeah.
And then the other one is you don't do anything. Like, well, you're a little bitch. You just let them slap you. Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck you.
I was in a rec dodgeball league for a couple of years.
Erect dodgeball?
No, rec dodgeball league, recreational. They're not professional.
Right,
you know.
Let's make money in professional dodgeball.
Yeah. No, but I guess I had a reputation for making people think I was going to murder them when they hit me in the face with the ball because I made a face like I'm going to murder them.
You want to.
No, but I wasn't even mad at them. I just like got hit. I guess that's just my go-to resting.
Right.
I just got hit in the face.
Well, because your voice is like, fuck, ow, because it hurts.
And Carrie would come over to me and she's like, calm down. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm fine. She's like that guy thinks you're going to murder him. And I just like, so then I'd be like, all like,
intimidation factor.
Oh, riddled. See, another Detroit guy riddled with bullets in front of Ronny Cox. I know he's not a Detroit guy.
Right.
Remember when I used to do that at your house?
All the time. We used to shoot you like 8 times and throw you downstairs.
No, just throw myself down the stairs. Oh, he did it. I wanted that to be like a green screen. Like it's just the same one that they used before.
I just stood there the whole time. This was clearly not the same budget as they had for Commando, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Great. You call that a last scene? This movie,
Oh, no. See, I think the fact that, and we have this problem with a lot of the comedy type things that we do too, is we talk over all of it. And it's
so then
like
you miss the whole thing, and then
the
you
magic
get
is kind
right,
of.
exactly right. The magic, I guess, is just Axel Foley interacting with people. It's not about the action or the titties. Oh, shit.
Just both titties. Rosewood. Her. I just want to play an old man in things. Her. I don't know why, just the stairs he was going up and stuff. It reminded me of when we were in high school.
Finney, right?
When we were in high school, I shot this video with a girl who I was just like hopelessly in love with.
What was her name?
I'll tell you later.
I was in love with every woman we came across, so it doesn't even matter.
But she had just like random, like she barely ever spoke to me. Like we just weren't like, not like for any particular reason, we just weren't in the same circles type
There's a girl
thing.
I got to kiss. You're so hot.
Oh yeah, I had one
Michelle?
too. Oh yeah. We both kissed her in the same place. In the same play.
In the same place. Shh.
Mouth. No, in the same play, I think. We both kissed her.
She had thick lips, I
Yeah, she
remember.
did. But anyways, I shot this video and like she just randomly asked me to like be in her video when like she was shooting this video project
I
or
need
whatever.
a stunt
and I was
cock.
just like, yeah. If only.
I need a guy that looks 50 with a hard, big cock.
I need a teenager who can't get an erection because he's too scared.
If you need two, I'm here as well.
Yeah. We'll knot them together and it'll look like one.
Looks like dirty old bread twist.
I love the slightly tinted glasses of the 80s. It's like everybody had that. Like it wasn't quite transitions. It was just like weird tinting.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
I think of the like weird tints on your pedophile glasses.
Everybody looked.
You know, like holy God.
Yeah, if you put that guy's glasses on Taggart right now, that is like basically that is what's the name of the meganslaw.com or whatever?
Megan's Law.
That's the website you go on to like find out if you live around pedophiles.
Oh my God, and that's when you find out that everybody around you is a sex offender.
Everybody.
Dude, seriously, it's ridiculous in the States. It's you're surrounded.
See, I wish though that I could see, like, I want to see what the sex offense is. Like, did the person like have his dick out in a park because he was peeing?
Right, like in what's
Charlie
it called?
Day and
Yeah,
Horrible
it
Bosses.
was 3 a.m.
Yeah,
like what kids were there?
Yeah, I was like, we've peed in parks
all the
before,
time.
like, so it's like
with kids, like fuck off,
Yeah.
get off the slide, kid. I'm pissing down.
yeah,
it
exactly.
Before you do.
This is a water slide. No.
I mean, back in the 80s, man, whipping your dicks out in front of kids was like just what you did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You had to.
It was
They
the
can't
only
grow up and think that their penis is bigger than yours.
Well, because I knew one day eventually I'd find one child where my dick was bigger than. Never occurred though. Didn't come up. It was kind of a bummer.
Oh, Inspector Todd. That's me, buddy. Inspector Knightley.
I wanted part 2. Part 2 should have taken place in Detroit, but those guys came. Like
Maybe that's going to be 4.
Yeah, it should have been. Well, no, because I don't think you want to do anything in Detroit nowadays. But it should have been them. Like they were bringing a prisoner. They were transporting a prisoner to like Michigan for trial there or something like that. And then they ended up like spending some time together. And then you find out that guy's crime like opened up into this whole thing that was now like joint jurisdiction because like the Beverly Hills and the Detroit stuff.
Right.
Like I think you could have like made something out of
Yeah,
that.
there are probably lots of scenarios that'll friggin' work here.
And then those guys become the fish out of water because now like you've got all these like hard ass Detroit cops and a RoboCop floating around.
And RoboCop. It's some kind of super cop.
You look tired.
Baby food. Tastes like baby food. Get the no, seriously, get the fuck out of
The
here.
guy who's checking him out right there, that is Martin Brest, the director.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
He's done some good ones.
He has some, that's the thing. He's got good ones. And then like there were things he had the opportunity to do that he just didn't do.
He
Gigli
lacks confidence.
Gigli was bad. He does lack confidence because he thought like
Just from what
like,
you told
yeah.
me, it's like he's clearly really good at it. He needed one good yes man to talk him into some things.
Like he did like a short in an indie that kind of got him notoriety, and then he went to go do War Games, and then it just all fell apart for him. And then he's like, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden and then his like first movie out of that is I'm going to make the #1 movie of the year, and then I'm going to make some ones that like are huge cult hits in Stripes, or no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong guy. And Midnight Run, Son of a Woman, and all that stuff. Meet Joe Black was its own thing.
You said he did Scent of a Woman?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's. I was gonna say if this guy was even just for directing this movie, should still be in demand now.
Yeah.
Even if you did do Gigli.
Well, and
Ben
Midnight
Affleck's
Run
still going. J-Lo's still got that ass.
That's what I'm saying is.
How
I
can
think
one movie sink your career?
People spend way too much. Like, I think there should be some movies that ruin a career, but they're the ones where like they didn't have control over the project and like it went crazy over budget, and then like
kind of things.
Yeah, and then it bombed horribly. So it's like there's some people it goes like Jim Cameron, it goes crazy, like Titanic goes crazy over budget, but then it becomes the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah.
So guess what? Next time he goes crazy over budget, people are going to be like, all right, well,
it's fine.
We'll take a spin, right?
Trust him.
Oh, I don't trust him.
Whoa, that was almost a thriller ending.
I was literally just gonna say this, and that looked like I was waiting for fucking Vincent Price to go. It's me, Vincent Price.
This is what I just forgot to now. Now's a good attempt as any.
Yes.
I have a full moon streaming, which I said I signed up for 1 month. It's like it's about as much. It's just Netflix. Yeah. I'm like, what? But but my little lady put it perfectly. She's like, it's a niche thing.
Yeah.
She's like, obviously you don't get, it's like the cheapest movies you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I should be in the credits for the next full moon movie because like I funded it just now.
We should reach out to them and try and get them. Like, I'm so destroyed that they weren't there when I went.
It was awesome.
Because I wonder
what happened.
I had my business card. I feel like they were just probably booked there like Friday, Saturday, or just Saturday or something. Just because like booths are expensive.
Right.
Because like I said, I went there and there were booths that hadn't changed over to the next thing yet.
I wonder if they'll be at the Frightmare.
If they are, friggin' make sure we get in contact with them. And like I will, if that girl was there, I would have flat out just said, we want to interview you.
Right.
We'll do like what we'll do. We'll do like a full moon movie, and then we'll like interview you the week before, and you can plug whatever one you're doing. And
I think there's a thing on there too, which I didn't check out because I thought it was like, what they did, they do a lot. They will.
What the fuck was that?
They love reusing footage.
Yes.
Like it's so insultingly amazing. And they'll show like the ones I've been watching are hosted by William Shatner.
Yeah.
And I thought that this one thing it's amazing. Like he's so not even pulling any punches. He's like, what the hell is this?
That's amazing.
The last one I watched was, I can't remember the name of it, but it starred like midget, little person Dracula, little person Frankenstein, little person mummy, little person thing.
That's the best.
And all they did was end up like tackling people. Like there's no Dracula scene. There's no, you know what I mean, where he comes into the room and bewitches a woman or anything. It was just like one woman runs down a hallway and I'm like, what am I doing here?
I gotta see this thing, man.
But there's one thing on there. It's called like I can't remember it, but I thought it was just another one of those movies shown in another format, which they love to do.
Of course.
Or it's like Doll Man, full movie. Demonic Toys, full movie, 80 minutes. And then Doll Man versus Demonic Toys is 85% cut footage from the other two movies, and then they fight for 10 seconds at the end of the movie.
That's fucking amazing.
So the thing is, Oh yeah, the Heat is on Neutron Dance.
Heat is on was Harold Faltmeyer, who actually wrote the song too. I didn't realize that.
Produced by Richard Petty. Oh, I thought it said Richard Petty. Anyways, but when you click this thing, it's them live doing the movie, filming their new movie.
That's funny.
And I didn't know. Oh, it's Vanity.
Yeah. Oh, that's really funny.
Vanity is Nasty Girl.
Niagara Falls native who was into The Last Dragon. More tie-ins.
Yes.
Shit.
I bet she was Prince's protege.
That is correct. She was Prince's protege.
He taught her how to wear heels.
Yeah, and how to go. But right? Did I do that right?
You did it exactly correct.
Perfect. Yeah, it's so many of those movies are crazy, but you were talking about like the reused footage ones. I saw one called Ninja Terminator, which literally this guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he made like 105 movies or something like that, which were all based on like footage from like 8 movies or something. Like he shot the footage, but then reused it through like all these different things.
All these times.
All right, guys, that is the end of the movie.
That's it.
I had a fun one. As always. Ooh, Paramount, hold on.
Could be an after credit scene we've never seen before because we never stayed this long.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I probably had to take a massive, like I just had 4 boxes, like 4 tubs of popcorn and like 8 refills of guts.
It's Inspector Todd is yelling at Axel there, and then he just looks at the camera and goes, I need to go back to Beverly Hills. I think I just nailed that.
What
New
was
Beverly Hills
Part
Cop 2.
3? I know that the big scene was like on a roller coaster or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's
took
even
place
in the
at
friggin'
park,
cover.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of it, to be perfectly frank.
I don't
with you.
either.
But yeah, anyways, so
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're skipping it.
It doesn't matter what we don't remember because it's a lot of shit.
Tune in next week to find out what else we forgot. As always, go to miscastcommentary.com. Email us podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Call or text us 1-289-769-3288. Catch us on Twitter. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at Miscast Todd, and we're at Miscast Podcast. Instagram, I'm JK Finley, and the podcast is at Miscast Commentary. You know the name of it.
Hell yeah, you do.
Check us out.
And if you don't now, you do.
Thank you guys so much as always. Check out our Patreon stuff that's rolling now. Check out everything. Tell a friend. Please make sure to, wherever you are listening to this, if it's especially if it's Apple Podcasts, because it really helps. It helps the most there, apparently.
That's the one.
But rate us and review us and all those kinds of good things. It helps us show up on the map, and people will discover us. And like, even if you just want to do it as revenge against somebody,
yes,
like,
I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with revenge subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. So any of those things. In the meantime, we'll see you guys next week.
Later.
Smashing things.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.